Yep, we're gonna get on the road. See y'all tomorrow. We're here in our hotel room in Texarkana. It is it's 8:20. We slept for about 6 hours. We're awake. I've showered, gotten breakfast. We're getting dressed and ready to go, and then we're gonna head out to Western Kentucky.
Yeah. Ernest P. Worrell is from Kentucky. The state bird. I don't remember.
Let's get these kids packed up and go. We did share a bed with a 3-year-old last night. It was not the worst decision I've ever made, but it ranks pretty high up there. So we're in one of the coolest rest stops that I've seen. We're in Tennessee now. We're almost there. We've got 3 hours left on our drive. Check out this forest. That's one of the things that we really love about traveling is we get to see things that we normally don't see. Whenever it comes to vacations and stuff like that, I find it really easy to get stuck and not make a reservation because of John's job, because it's so sudden whenever we do have to travel, but I really want to take advantage of times like this whenever my 3-year-old gets to get waist deep in leaves. We're here in Western Kentucky. It's been a little over 48 hours, so we found out at 4:30 on Wednesday that my husband was being sent out on an assignment for the severe weather in Kentucky, and it is now 10:40. We got here right around 8 on a Friday, so just a little over 48 hours to get to what's going to be our home for, I think here is the next 7 nights. We're going to look for something a little bit more permanent, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get this cleaned up tomorrow, but that's not my first priority. My first priority is getting the girls settled. Tomorrow I've got to do some grocery shopping and kind of explore the area that we're in. We drove through the Natchez Trace tonight, and that was some really cool views, and then it got dark before we really got into Kentucky, so we didn't get to see a whole lot of the scenery, but I'm really excited to kind of explore it tomorrow, and that is what the first 48 hours in the life of an adjuster family looks like. It's a little chaotic, it's a lot of stressful, but we're really excited to see what's gonna happen within the next couple weeks to a month. Tuesday of the first full week that we've been here, and I did want to give a budget breakdown of what it costs for us to begin this assignment. So first and foremost, one of the biggest costs that we had was gas. We'll start there. Our total gas expense to get here was $345.53, and that is approximate because I don't have all of the numbers exactly written down. I know that 60 of that was our walkie-talkies. I will talk about how fantastic of a purchase that was. It just came in so handy whenever we were on the road and stuff would happen. For instance, another one of our costs was my car had to get coolant. So when we were in Arkansas about to pass into Tennessee, my engine very suddenly got hot. I had run out of coolant, and so we did have to pull over and get coolant. That was only $13.47. So not a big expense, but the walkie-talkies came in hugely handy for that, for me to just immediately message to my husband, hey, my engine's hot. We could communicate about where we needed to go and things like that. Was so helpful. We had the walkie-talkies, we had the coolant, and then other than that was all gas expenses. So I'll put it somewhere around here, how much we just spent on gas to get up here. But our total like gas and vehicle like travel cost was $345. One of the other expenses that we had was what I called provisions. And so this was snacks for the road, drinks for the road, We ate lunch once while we were traveling. We had to get ice for coolers because we traveled with quite a bit of food and all of those things. So food, I just had to snack myself. We spent $53 to get snacks and things for the road, drinks for the road. We got lunch once. I think we got snacks like on the road once, and then there were like a couple small incidentals. We had to get ice at one point because we carried quite a bit of food with us. So our total food cost to get up here, so just in the first 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, was $127.34, which I recognize is a lot for like food for a family. We still have snacks left over, obviously. This past couple days have been so stressful and have been so crazy. It was worth it, and always will be worth it for me to spend a little bit more money for snacks, even if they're not the healthiest or the best things or the things that I'd really prefer for us to eat, to just be easy on the road so we don't have to stop as much. Another big expense for us that we had to incur to get started on this assignment was equipment. So my husband hasn't done property in a long time and didn't have a ladder big enough to do it. So he needed an 18-foot ladder. That was $210. And then there was another $54 for other just generic equipment that he needed. So I know he needed like a pitch gauge and a shingle gauge, which I don't know what those things are. Total, we spent $274 on equipment. And then the big one is lodging. We stayed in a hotel Thursday night to Friday morning. It was $160. Breakfast was included, which was really nice. We got a suite, which was great. So that meant that baby could go to bed, me and my husband and my toddler could kind of wind down for a little bit, and then me and the toddler could go to bed, and then my husband could go to bed. So we all shared one room, but it was nice to also have the extra space. And then the last lodging expense that we had was a place to stay. We are using Airbnb for this because living out of a hotel room, I just really didn't care for. It is more expensive than a hotel, but it's just so much more convenient. We have the dog with us. I can cook, which is nice. I think that ultimately will save us money because I'm able to cook. We are looking for something longer term. I would love to be able to do something on a month-to-month basis, but we just haven't found anything yet. And so for our first week, $1,550. And so, you know, it's almost as much as we paid in rent monthly in Texas, but hopefully my husband will make enough money to make it worth it. We'll see, and we'll talk about that later. Other than that, we're here. It was a crazy drive. I haven't even looked at the footage yet, even though this is gonna be on the same video, but it'll all be there. It'll all be. If you like this content, if this was interesting to you, especially the budget breakdown, I find those to be super fascinating. Give me a like and subscribe if you're really interested to see how we make this nomad adjuster thing work. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.